When it comes to fast fashion, SHEIN is a great example of it with the horrible working conditions that it leads to. Presented by Dr. Peaks, Marx defines alienation as when you are in factory work and get alienated in 4 different ways, such as process, product, community, and self. Looking at SHEIN factories in Guangzhou, China, we see the process of alienation and how they treat their workers. Process is where things are going and how workers are treated. While the Chinese law states a max of 40-hour work weeks, SHEIN workers work 75 as stated by Business of Fashion. On top of this, the factory conditions are dangerous, they have no emergency exits, and the windows of the factories are barred.
Many of the products produced by SHEIN are going to the U.S., and this shows that the U.S. funds the problems found in the SHEIN factories and actively benefits off of it. When it comes to the product of alienation, for which is defined as where workers become de-skilled and just an appendage to the machine. The main job that SHEIN workers do is sewing for 12 to 14 hours a day as an appendage to the machine, making this labor de-skilled. We also see the de-skilled labor in the process of creating the packaging, which includes machines as well as the transportations of the clothes. This would apply to all factory work.
In factories like SHEIN's, workers will not have a very strong sense of community. While some of the exact conditions of SHEIN factories are unknown, many factories don't allow their workers to even speak to each other, which would obviously not allow them to connect to each other. SHEIN also mostly pays its workers by the number of garments they produce and not by the amount of time they work in an attempt to make them work faster. This could create competition between workers to try to work faster than the other ones, which could lead to horizontal hostility between workers where they will see each other as enemies instead of peers. Marx believed that a person's work should not define their life and who they are, but with SHEIN workers working 75 hours a week, this would be near impossible for them to do. So not only does their work alienate them from their coworkers, it alienates them from their self. Work engagement was also very important to Marx, and the engagement rate in China is 6%, while the global average is 13%. So in a world where the global population is already very disengaged from their jobs, Chinese factory workers have some of the lowest engagement rates. And in the US, suicide rates among factory workers are more than double the national rate, according to the NIH. And a similar rate could probably be applied to factory workers globally, which could be caused by the stress that they are under at their jobs. By looking at these things affecting factory workers, specifically those working for SHEIN, we can see that Marx's theory of alienation is more relevant now.